Hey everybody, it's your man Type coming to you with another true Spook story. Now before I begin, I'm gonna ask that you hit that like button. Go and subscribe to the channel and share me with your friends and family if you think you're not a robber. Y'all go ahead and share me now because these stories are too damn good and I got a lot more to bring you, but I gotta get myself out there. So without further ado, let me jump on in this piece. This story going to take place over there within the Eatonville area of Florida. This is very close to Orlando, Far City Road, Far City Road, in between Far City Road and Altamont Springs. Well, there's this cemetery over there, Veteran Cemetery, known as Memorial Veteran Cemetery. I want to get the name right now. So the actual name of it is Eatonville Memorial Gardens. Now it's a big cemetery. You'll be driving up Wildmore Road and you just look over there to your left or your right, depending on where you come from, which direction, and you'll end up seeing like a cemetery. And this is like for all war vets, family of war vets, that type of thing. Well, it was the summer, man. I'm gonna say it was the summer of like 1995, 1994. I know it was hot as fuck, my nigga, man. It was hot as fuck. But yeah, 1994, because I wasn't quite 18. So yeah, I about 15, 16 in that area. So man, it was 1994, the summer of 1994. And my mama and my grandmama had me go over there, and we had to sit around with Miss Emma. So now me and Miss Emma was a nice ass lady. She was a flip lady, candle lady, that type of thing, sell pig feet. And at night, you know, her house doubled as the bootleg. You know, you could come, the winos and the bums and the drug addict could come over there and get a cigarette for a quarter, or a quarter or a dime or something. I don't know what the prices were, but they could get a shot of liquor, get a couple bills after the store done closed and shit. So she was a hustler. She was a hustler lady. Well, Miss Emma had got custody of her grandson. Now, her grandson was about my age, about 2 years younger, like 12, 13. Yeah, I'm about 15. About 12, 13. She had got custody of her grandson because her daughter was out there on the street doing her thing. So basically, her and grandma were friends. So they used to drop me off over there to hang out with them, and I'm older than them niggas, so you know, it's like, okay, what we finna do, cousin? Yeah, like, oh man, I'm finna go over here to the cemetery. I say, dude, my grandma say don't play in no cemetery, man. I say, come on now, we could do better. I say, let's get some BB guns and some water guns and shit, man. You know, let's go hit Family Dollar up the road, buy some stuff, man, and we can play. And he like, no. I say, man, I got a basketball, I got a football. I say, grandma set me up. No, man, I just want to go to the cemetery and play on the caskets and play on the headstones and clean off some of it. So when he told me he wanted to go clean off some of the grave sites and shit, I'm like, I'm cool. Okay, I'm down with that. Knowing what me and grandma did and stuff, I said, yeah, I'm down with that, though. So every day, grandma dropped me off about 7:30 in the morning when she go to work, and he'll get up, and for like 3-4 hours, me and him go to the 3 or 4 hours a day. Me and him go to the cemetery and things like that. And he did what he said he was gonna do. He'll clean up the graveyards, the sites. He'll pull weeds. He'll wipe it. He'll take a little rag and a little spray bottle with some vinegar, some vinegar, some salt, and some warm water in the spray bottle. Take it up and he'll clean off some of the marble headstones. So I was pretty like, cool. Okay, this cat was real. So you know, I started doing the same thing. You know, that was our thing. You know, I'm babysitting, I'm keeping him company, and you know, I'm doing some spiritual shit, you know, and I'm like, I'm gonna let grandma know this. So now, we had been doing that for about 5-6 days straight, consecutive. I'm like, damn, something going on here. But 5-6 days straight, consecutive, we cleaning off cemetery graves, picking up paper out the cemetery. You know, he'll go over there and he'll turn up some fresh earth that it look all bad. He was even picking little flowers on the way there and dropping them off at certain grave site. So I ain't think nothing of it. So we sitting in the bitch and we just chilling. So out of nowhere, he said, man, I feel real tired. I say, man, take a load off. I say, sit down, bro. And I kind of regret telling him to sit down. In my mind, in my heart, I regret telling him to sit down because he wanted to walk back home and take a nap. He wanted to walk back home and take a nap, but I wasn't really ready to go take no nap. So I'm like, man, just sit down, bro. So he walked around a little bit, rubbing his hand rubbing his fingers and shit on the headstones he had just cleaned. And out of nowhere, he went all the way. He went about 25, 30 yards away from where we was initially standing. And he just went and sat on the ground in front of this on top of the grave, but he was looking like he was reading the headstone. He sat down, so I followed him over there. And I was off to the right-hand side of it, and I squatted down. I didn't literally put my booty on the ground in the cemetery or nothing like that. I just squatted next to him, and he was like, oh man, I feel good. He said, yeah, I'll be ready in a little bit. So he sat there, he set up, he put, I don't know how to describe, but he put his feet flat, he put it at the bottom of his feet face flat on the ground, and he wrapped his arms around his knees and shit, brought his knees up to his chest and shit. He just was rocking. Damn, these stories make me tired, y'all. Y'all just don't know. So he sat up there and he was rocking, looking at the grave. So I ain't think nothing of it. I'm just saying, okay then. He rested. So he be like, man, just leave me here for a little bit. He said, I want to meditate. I'm in contemplation. So I say, well, my man, it's getting a little late. It's getting about 2:33. Grandma get off at 4. She'll be there to get me. We got about a 20-minute walk back to Miss Emma's crib. I say, you gonna be all right? He like, yeah, I'll be good. So I hauled ass and let him know. So grandma come and pick me up, and she like, well, boy. I say, he say he in the cemetery. I say, he say he wanted to take a chill pill in the cemetery, Grandma. Grandma said, don't you be fucking around with that cemetery shit. You know what I told you. You don't want nothing following you home. And if I die, be damned if I gotta get stank off of you for you just sitting around some motherfucking cemetery, bitch. Ghosts don't even got no purpose but to fuck with you. I said, Grandma, I'm good. I say, nah, we go and clean up the gravestone. She's like, well, that's a good thing. Don't clean up everybody's because they're gonna expect that of you. I said, yes, ma'am. So right when that, I had stopped, like wanting to go fuck with the cemetery because we had cleaned up about 20 people's cemetery grave and all that stuff. So I'm like, okay, let me let the nigga know, I can't rock with him on this level here. So as me and Grandma was going home, she had to drive up Wildmore Road, heading towards Far City Road. So we look over at the cemetery and I say, there you go, Grandma sitting at the cemetery. She's like, that boy ain't right. I say, I think so, Grandma. I said, I think he's a little bit off, but but he ain't got nothing to do, so I don't mind hanging out with him, She said, you such a sweet baby. You're a good boy. God gonna bless you all your days. I said, thank you, Grandma. And I gave her a little kiss on the cheek and shit. She's like, boy, stop flirting with me. And I said, yeah, shut up, you like it. And we just laughing and we hauling ass in the car laughing and shit. So then we stopped and get some Haagen-Dazs from the 7-Eleven over there for Full City Road. Shit, so she like, I want to talk to you. Because she had parked inside the gas station under the pump. We didn't get gas, she just parked. And, she gave me about 2 spoonfuls of Haagen-Dazs in the lid of the Haagen-Dazs cup. And I just ate it with my fingers because she ain't get 2 spoons or nothing. I remember that shit. So she said, let me ask you something, boy. I said, yes, ma'am. She said, dude, is Emma do anything stupid over there? I said, Grandma, what you mean stupid? She said, do she do anything stupid like I do, but not right? I said, do she do any root working, witch working for what I seen in her house? I said, yeah. I said, the back of her room smell like Florida water and incense. But yesterday it had some kind of plastic smell to it. She said, a plastic smell? I said, yes, ma'am. She said, She said, did the plastic smell real bad like burning rubber? I said, yes, ma'am. It smelled just like that. She said, I said, Grandma, why you being so concerned about Miss Eminem? I say, ain't that your girl? That's your friend? She's like, Well, I just deal with the bitch because, she helped me with spell work and get me material. And I help her with spell work. That's all. It's just a mutual thing. But I don't trust the bitch. I said, then why you letting me go over there, Grandma? And Grandma like, well, that boy of her needs something. She done got that boy from old hanked it out, crackhead ass daughter. And I'm just trying to be nice. And, it keep relations going. I say, I don't mind, Grandma. I say, I'm good. She said, you do a good job for Grandmama. Grandma love you. I said, yes, ma'am, all day. So now I had told Grandmama about all the bullshit that I saw Miss Emma doing, but I ain't tell her 100%. So now this is what I'm telling you. Now I ain't tell Grandma this. I'm telling y'all, people who listen. So what I used to see Miss Emma do is I used to see Miss Emma. She would go over there and all like the bonds and shit that would get they come up there in the middle of the night and get cigarettes and liquor and tobacco products from her. They would have to bow their head to her. And when she would bow their head, she would take some scissors. She would like clip like one or two, just a little bit, not get nobody no patches. She would clip some of their hair off their head. So I'm like, okay. And she would put it all in a bowl. And she would leave it right next to the dough. She would put it all in a bowl and she would leave it right next to the dough. Everybody who come to her, every night she came, can get the discount if you let her take a piece of your hair. The Bones and the Winos didn't know anything. They just was, okay, she just do that shit because she weird and stuff. So she would just do it, get away with it. They thought it was funny. And I heard some of the people like, I ain't got that much hair to give, bitch. I'm getting the ball. I'm going bald. So you be good when you motherfucking trim my shit. I just got to look pretty for the ladies. One dude was saying that shit. And she like, come on, boy, bring your head down. All right. So now I told Grandma, I ain't tell Grandma that's what she was doing, but I told Grandma about the burning rubber's nasty smell. If y'all ever smelled burning hair, it smelled really bad. So I said, okay, cool. So one night I happened to wake up in the middle of the night because Grandma told me I could stay the night with old boy. And we, had a little sleepover, cookies, flips, ice cream and shit, pigged out. He was younger than me, so I played the game. So I get up to go piss, and I see Miss Emma in her back room in her closet, because she had 3 rooms. I see her in the back room in the closet, and she had all the people house she had inside a white bowl with a black rim around it. And in there she was putting the hand in, she had put some herbs in there, she had put some Florida water. I know what Florida water looked like at that time because me and Grandma was using it. So she had Florida water, she had some herbs, she had chicken head, she had blood and shit. She was doing all that shit there. So me, I asked her, I say, Miss Emma, I said, what you doing? And she say, hey, get your ass out of here. Go on back in there with that motherfucking boy. I say, Miss Emma, I know what you're doing. I say, Grandma do shit like this too. And she's like, I know. Me and the Gunja, we know what the fuck we doing. How you know what you doing? I say, because she had me with her. I say, I'm her right-hand man. She said, you know this shit? I say, yeah. She said, you want to help me? I say, Grandma, I say, I don't fuck with nobody but her. I say, but you got a grandson in now. Now people listen to me good. I really regret telling that lady turning that lady on to using her grandson and her spell work, because she wasn't benevolent and nice like me and Grandma. She was being a little hardcore nasty with it, So I said, okay. I said, you got a grandson in now. I said, so how about you work his ass a little bit, and I'm cursing at this time because Miss Emma didn't care. She let you do whatever, say whatever. She didn't care. She just was about her money, drank, liquor, whatever. She said, okay, then tell me how to incorporate him so I can do it right. I said, yes, ma'am. I say, now what me and Grandma do, Grandma had me go around. Sometimes the spell that Grandma can't touch, I would touch the material Grandma can't get, I get. And and I mix them up in the bowl. And if I have to go through stuff that well, because I'm a little more pure than her, if I have to get through those and shit, she will let me go there. And that's why I keep myself pure. No sex, no drinking, no cigarettes, none of that stuff. No, I say, Grandma don't even let me eat candy that much on it, ice cream, vanilla. She was like, huh, okay. So now 1 year passed after that, Grandma came to got me. I ain't see the boy for the rest of the summer. I think his name was Calvin. I can't remember. I ain't seeing for the rest of the summer. So next summer, now I'm about 16. Grandma going over there, they doing some spiritual work. They had to trade gifts and shit from each other. They had to trade different stuff. So round about it, so then I see him, and all of a sudden he just not looking good, and he just keeps saying, "Hey man, I'm finna go over here to the cemetery." And Miss Emma was like, "Yeah, go on to the cemetery, baby. You know what to do." So now, people, here we go. Miss Emma had the boy going over here to the cemetery, to the veteran cemetery, you know, war vets who've been injured and all that good stuff. She had the man going over there to the cemetery, getting cemetery dirt for getting flowers that done grown from the graveyards and shit, you know, weeds and shit that done grown around it. She would have the boy dig down by 12 inches and get the fresh dirt that wasn't all sun-dried and baked and still had some cool moisture to it. She would have him dig that up and bring that to her. She didn't even get the boy no protection. She would just have him go out there to the graveyard, grab witch hair. That's that, we call it witch hair in the South. That's that hanging moss. She would grab bundles of that, had the boy collecting everything from the cemetery. So right before the boy go home, he'll have his bag and shit. Cause I went with him one day and I watched him. I ain't touch shit, cause you know I'm finna go snitch to grandma. It is what it is. I'm finna go report this to grandma, cause now I know what spiritual abuse of a subject is. I know what spiritual abuse of a student is, whatever you want to call it. So I seen him, and I just sat there. He just kept. A year ago, he went to the same grave site a year ago and sat down, and he just felt like he just said, "Man, I'm so tired. I need to take a rest." So he took a rest right there at that cemetery, at that grave site. I mean, that gravestone. So again, he propped his leg up like he was sitting down, and he was rocking back and forth like he was in contemplation. Again, I squatted down next to him for 10, 20 minutes, you know, and I was just sitting out there drawing in the dirt, you know. So I said, "All right, man, we ready to get the fuck up out of here?" He's like, yeah. So when he stood up, he kind of like wobbled and fell sideways a little bit, y'all. And I'm like, "Oh, fuck." I said, "You okay?" He said, "Your head hurts." So now I'm thinking like, okay, the nigga possessed by a spirit. Nigga got ESP. I'm thinking all kind of shit. But he like, "No, man." He said, "Damn, my back feel tight." I said, "Oh, you just probably sat down too long. Lead went dead on you." I said, "Come on, man, let's rock." So, you know, we haul ass and we go through the gates and shit and we doing our thing. So now, it was like 2-3 days later, I went back over there because Grandma and Miss Emma had to talk. So Grandma did their thing in the room. They put whatever root work on whoever they needed to, help whoever they needed to. I don't know what was going on because I wasn't privy to her and Miss Emma doing work with each other. So now I see Miss Emma say, "Calvin, I need you to go back out there and I need you to get me some dirt. Come on, hurry up now, get me some dirt. And on the way back from the dirt, pick up one of them big boulders, them rocks, and put it in your pocket. And on your way here, I need something weighted." He's like, "Yes, ma'am." So he's like, "Come on, bro, you going with me?" I say, "I got you." So now when we go over there, he goes, and before we even moved, as soon as he went in the cemetery, as soon as we got to the back gate, went through the cemetery, y'all, he said, "Damn, I'm so tired, I just need to rest." So he goes over there to his favorite grave site, and he just rests, sit down. He just go to rocking. I'm like, okay. So I said, "Hey, you know, man, since you gotta get dirt, how about you just get dirt from this one right here?" He said, yeah. So he digs down and he get dirt from that one right there, from his favorite cemetery, gravestones, gravesite person thing. And I'm like, "All right, then, we got it." I said, "Come on, man, let's go." I'm just trying to rush him out the cemetery because now the shit get weird. Nigga, every time you walk in here, you get tired and sleepy. Nigga, you finna get possessed or bitch, I don't know. So he digs it up. Now he had dug it up and I saw what he did. He had 2 brown paper bags. He had put enough dirt in one paper bag, and then he put dirt in another paper bag from the same one. Then he covered it up and packed it in with just regular moss and grass and shit. So I say, "Why you got 2? He said, "One for me and one for her." I say, "What you mean?" He said, "I want to always be able to sit here." He said, "I just feel comfortable sitting right here. And I want y'all to keep that shit in mind." He said, "I feel comfortable sitting right here." I said, "All right, bro, it's all good." So again, got the dirt. I let grandma know the boy took some dirt from the veteran for the grandma, and she using graveyard dirt. She said, well, that's on her. If something happened to that little motherfucking boy, that's on her. Don't you touch nothing else. Matter of fact, you can't go over there in the bitch house no more. So you got it. So, you know, Calvin, he was like calling grandmama, Miss Emma was calling grandma, Calvin calling his grandma, hey man, you know you gonna bring Tyke over, my grandson here, you want the boy ain't got nothing to do. And grandma say, you ain't finna be using my grandbaby to go in that cemetery to collect shit for you. Say, I keep him pure. I protect him. And the last thing I need to do is bust your ass with some of this hoodoo I got. No. She said, Miss Emma, no. My grandson do that. He already told me. He explained to me, you got you a good help. I know, bitch. I know. I'm hearing grandma argue with him on the phone, house phone and shit. So now, grandma said, all right, he could go over there. But if I find out he touching it, he gonna tell me. Touching anything, you got him mixing up. Say, bitch, I got you. Come over there and fire your ass up. She's like, God, you shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody got that boy doing nothing. I got my own grandbaby. So, cool. So, grandma dropped me off over there. So, I'm looking at the boy. So, now I go over there and we go back to the cemetery again. He collected moss, dirt, grass, rocks, whatever she asking for from the cemetery. I ain't touching a goddamn thing. I got my hand in my pocket. Hell, I ain't even squat down next to the graveyard. He went and sat down next to it. And I'm looking at him. I say, man, I just feel so comfortable. And he said, you know what? He said, when I die, I want to be buried right here. He said, when I die, I just want to chill right here because that's a comfortable gravesite. I said, okay, cool. So I said, what you did with that dirt, man, you got a couple weeks ago and shit? He said, oh, I keep it under my bed. He said, because I feel comfortable sitting next to this dirt, man. You know, this is the only place I feel comfortable. I just want to rest when I get here. I said, okay, cool. No, I know I ain't the smartest nigga in the world in no sense of fashion. But baby, I ain't putting no cemetery dirt under my bed, pillow and shit like I'm sleeping in the grave and shit. I ain't doing that. That's hexing magic where I come from. So I said, okay, cool. So I let grandma know, and grandma said, the spirit done possessed that boy, and that's a spirit that's walking again. And I said, yeah. I said, because he loved going to the same one. So grandma said, come on now, take me to it. We're going to pull off on the side of the road, and I just want you to walk me up to it. I said, yes, ma'am. So, you know, grandma come pick me up, and on the way out, we got to drive up Wildmore Road. So I pull over. I said, let's go to this one right here. Grandma, get off. And she said, come on, baby. She rubbed Florida water on my neck and my head and stuff it on my hands, and we walk over there. And grandma read the headstone. And she said it was a white Confederate soldier that was buried in there. And, you know, he died at the age of like 90, but he was in a wheelchair his whole life. You know, he got injured and he was like a quadriplegic. And she said, well, I don't need you to fuck around with this one right here. She said, don't touch nothing. Don't even stand next to this bitch right here because he done possessed that boy, and you never know if he got other ghost bitches friends around here that want to possess you. You got a good light in you. I said, yes, ma'am. So now after that, I ain't going to the cemetery no motherfucking more. Grandma word is bond, y'all. So now I stopped visiting, you know, Miss Emma, because I got older. I'm in school. I'm doing other shit, man. Grandma going on other little neighborhood adventures. We enjoying each other. So I keep seeing Calvin grow up. Calvin growing up, but Calvin he's walking with a cane now. And I'm like, man, you ain't even 18. Why you acting like you hurt? Because you know, back in the day, LA gangsters was in style. And, you know, you see the little gangster with the cane and the plaid shirt. He just had a cane, and he just like, man, I told you my back be hurting all the time and shit. I say, oh, you probably got a bone disease or some shit, man. I say, start doing some stretches, Jackie Chan and shit. We just talking like Kung Fu Master type shit. I'm making jokes, and he like, cool. I said, all right, man, I gotta go get the fuck on out of here. You be good. We shake hands and go about our business. So now, I see him again, people, and this time I see him again. He's sitting on Miss Emma porch in a wheelchair. Now, where they got the wheelchair from, I don't know. So you know, me and Grandma pull over, and Grandma say, what's wrong with that boy? He was in an accident? And Miss Emma like, no. Say he just came home one day with a wheelchair and he just sit on the porch in the wheelchair. And Grandma said, you gonna let him sit there? She like, yeah, that's what he like to do. He ain't a bad kid, he ain't doing shit. All right. So Grandma, keep in mind, Grandma done read the grave site. And they said the man died of quadriplegic, but he had an active life, while he was in that wheelchair. So the boy used to always say, when I die, I want to be buried here. And he used to always go to that man's gravesite and rest up. Now, y'all, pay attention. So Grandma, it just didn't sit right with Grandma. So I was sleeping on Grandma's floor in the living room, and Grandma come wake me up about 2 days in the morning. She said, baby, get up. Let me talk to you. Grandma come up there, and I see it when she had a Bible in her hand. She had it on Psalms. I don't know which one. She said, sit down, sit up, get up there on the couch and sit down. Yes, ma'am. I'm tired as fuck. Grandma said, nah, something ain't sitting right. She said, do you ever see that boy go in the room with Miss Emma? I say, I do all the time, and she closed the door. She said, do you ever be nosy and put your ear to the door or to the ground or some shit? I said, I do. She said, what do you hear? I say, I hear her slapping his back or slapping him on his stomach or chest, but I hear like slapping hands, Grandma. And she say, like, painful. I say, yeah, and he be like, and she like, I thought so. She said, I thought so. She said, you know what she doing? She trying to wake the spirit up that's in that boy. She's letting that spirit possess her grandson by inflicting so much pain on him. And that's how that boy, and she said that, that man in that thing, he couldn't walk. He was a war veteran that was injured. I say, you were telling me that, Grandma. She say, nah, I don't need you to go over there and fuck with them no more. I'm not gonna go fuck with them no more. Let's just leave them alone altogether. I say, yes, ma'am. But then, when you put your ear to the ground in the black community, you hear shit. So now Miss Emma and him, they were trying to do shit like Grandma and me, but they were trying to do it in the Edenville area. Now, when they trying to do the shit in the Edenville area, things like that, they had gotten on for like being able to go to people's house and fuck them up. And the grandson would go to like people's house who had wrong people. And like, long as he went in that house, something happened, the house burnt down. It's like that boy was a walking jinx or a walking hex. If she wanted a drug dealer dealt with, she would send him to the drug dealer house who owed her money for doing spare work. And when they saw Calvin coming, walking with his walker or rolling up on the wheelchair on the sidewalk and shit, they would be like, oh man, Calvin jinx, bitch. Go ahead and get in the money. So they wouldn't let Calvin come in the yard. He stayed on the sidewalk. But if he made it to your front door and went inside your house, something bad was gonna happen. And that's what the belief in Edenville, Florida. If Calvin, boy in the wheelchair, the walker came to your shit, house gonna burn down, somebody gonna go to jail, somebody gonna die, because everybody knew Miss Emma had trapped that racist ass Confederate war veteran spirit up in his ass, right? So Grandma said, well, we definitely got to get you away from him, baby. So yes, ma'am. So ear to the ground. So out of nowhere, we met each other. I think I had to be about 17. And I had went to the Zora Neale house, Zora Neale Hurston house over there, do a tour of the museum. And I seen him. And he was in the wheelchair, but then when he seen me, he jumped out the wheelchair and he ran over there to me, left the wheelchair there. I say, boy, you can walk, you good. He like, yeah, it don't hurt too much no more. So me and him played around. We did a little wrestling and shit. I slammed him on the ground. He slammed me on the ground. We just had a good old fashioned time, just a good 3 minutes. And then we just started talking and shit. And he like, let's go to the candy lady, man. I got some money in my pocket. So we walk over there to the candy lady and shit. And we get a flip of Snickers bar, some shit. So as we walking back to his chair, he's like, hey man, I need to hurry up and sit down. My shit's starting to hurt. I said, all right. So we get back to the wheelchair. The wheelchair didn't move. It was sitting out. He moved the little towel that he kept it cool away from the sun. Sat down. When he sat down, his whole demeanor changed. He like, He said, yeah, man. He started talking slow and he like, yeah, this the type of stuff that I like. He said, I need to keep moving. I can't stop moving. I need to roll on. And he used to make me jokes about the rolling on shit. And I'm like, yeah, you're good. I say, well, I'm finna go and get the hell on out of here, man. Good to see you, Kate. And all that shit. And dab him up and I got gone. So now, again, I'm catching the city bus and the city bus passed by So now I see him sitting in his wheelchair in front of the grave site, in front of the grave tomb. He just sitting there in deep contemplation looking at the grave site. I say, damn, this boy weird as fuck. So now he's growing up and everything like that. So now his mama done got off crack. It took about 2 years, drugs and shit. So now I'm still living in Lake Man Garden Apartments on 5 Lane Road with my mom and shit. So he come over there and he going to the second floor in the apartment building directly across from us. And all of a sudden he run around, his wheelchair ain't over there. He walking around with regular legs, jumping up and playing basketball and shit on the basketball court. I mean, we having a good old time. I'm out there with it. So I'm like, dog, I say, where your chair, man? I say, you don't be needing that shit. I say, don't jinx yourself. He like, no. He say, oh, it's only when I'm in Enville I need that chair. He say, when I'm over here, I don't even want that bitch. I said, I appreciate that shit. Good job, dog. I said, leave that shit alone. But when I told him don't ever sit in that chair again, he got mad and just swung off and hit me. Bump. He say, who the fuck are you to tell me how to live my life? I say, nigga, I'm finna fuck you up. So now me and him out there tussling. We tossing hands. Bump, bump, bump. I mean, neither one of us getting the best of each other. We just having an old-fashioned wrestling match fight. So I end up getting the best of him and I threw him on the ground real hard. When I threw him on the ground real hard, he got up and like, ah, bitch, my back. So when he said, ah, bitch, my back, he got up and shit. He hobbled home. He hobbled upstairs at his mom and them house. He started sitting on the stairs. So his mama like, boy, go lay down. So he was laying on the living room couch from what I hear. His brother and them came out there and it wasn't like that I did nothing wrong. Shit, they were like, man, y'all, I saw y'all fight, y'all niggas doing it, boy. He said, I know you can know how to rouse some bitch. He said, you sworn that nigga. I said, yeah. He said, what? I like that. Y'all two jits, y'all love each other. That's how y'all love each other and y'all fight. Y'all always be together. I said, you know it. But I wasn't gonna fuck with the nigga no more because he hit me, stole me, y'all. Man, so now I'm in Eatonville hanging out again, doing a little cleanup and shit. Cause I had got into the Knights of Pythagoras Freemason type shit. You know, I got into that and we cleaned up Eatonville. So I seen him over there and he's sitting up there in the wheelchair, but this time he dressed real nice, you know. He got on nice clean clothes and he just sitting up there really looking like a quadriplegic like dude, but he had on like them old man puffing New Balances with the little jeans and shit with the shirt tucked in his pants. He started looking like one of them old military veterans and shit. I'm like, man, the fuck you dressing like a 90-year-old nigga for? He like, huh, who you? I say, it's me, Tyke, bitch. He say, oh yeah, Tyke, hey, Tyke. He changed up, he didn't even recognize me, y'all. I said, this is odd. I said, I got to tell Grandma. So I told Grandma what was going on. So Grandma goes over there and confront Miss Emma. She said, what the fuck you doing to that boy? You still in his life force? She said, I know you got something in you. She said, I know you got a spirit in him because I know you're doing the whole slap method. She's like, you don't know what the fuck I'm doing, you old bitch. Yeah, I know you doing the slap method. My grandson told me he hear the boy screaming in the middle of the night and you just smacking him with your hands. Say, then when he come back in the room when he stayed the night, he got handprints all over. You know it's wrong to put the spirit into a boy. She's like, bitch, you don't worry about how I do my magic. This is how I do how I did. You got your shit, I got mine. She said, you're wrong, ho. You're wrong, bitch. And if I find out you did anything against me and my grandson, I'm going to burn your shit down. Not with no magic. I'm going to literally burn your shit down with gas, ho. Yeah, so Miss Emma and Grandma start fucking around. So on the way out, me and Grandma, after that argument, Grandma seen the boy sitting in the cemetery. So Grandma goes over there and she just get her sage in the cemetery, get her Florida water, and she goes and she start waving sage all under the boy. She set the sage under the wheelchair and let the smoke bellow up under him. And she starts flicking Florida water on him and she started ringing from song and shit. As soon as she started doing this, let me tell you something. Miss Emma never walked her ass in that cemetery. But as soon as Grandma started doing that, we saw Miss Emma, old fat red ass, running through that gate. Go on, country, get away from me, get away from me. Go on, bitch, go on. Grandma said, I'm trying to help him, hold you wrong for that. And then the boy, Calvin looked like at me and Grandma, like with the look in his eyes, like he was trapped in his body. He just looked with a sad look in his face, man. And Miss Emma ran over there and she grabbed the wheelchair and she started pushing him out and she stumped out to say, she like, bitch, don't ever let me see you in Evil again. I'm gonna make these niggas do your ass. She's like, bitch, don't get it twisted. My motherfucking boys and grandboys the truth. We run Orlando Hope. So they fell out of friends with that. So Miss Emma pushed the boy through the gate and shit with the wheelchair. Grandma like, we ain't never going back here. Fast forward a little bit, people. I'm 18, 9. We getting into the grown up. Keep in mind, he was still 1-2 years younger than me, so about 17. He looking like an old man, wearing an old man military veteran hat that he got from the store. He just had Army written on it, some shit. And he just still dressing with his shirt tucked in his pants, puffy jeans, puffy shoes and shit. I'm like, this is unreal. So, I'm like, fuck him. At this point in the game, Grandma said, don't fuck with him. We ain't fucking with him. Man, all of a sudden, the boy get out the wheelchair. He walk in the store. He pulls the wheelchair up on the thing, because I had seen him at the Family Dollar over that way. He maneuvered the wheelchair. This time when he sat in the wheelchair, he went in and got him a little soda. As soon as he sat down in the wheelchair, he just let out like, ah. And right then and there, I saw like a glow come around him. It like a light glow, but then it was a hazy shadow of gray. And he just like started operating the wheelchair, like not with his feet, pushing it with his feet or dragging with his feet. He started using his hand. The shit got so weird and bad to me, man. I'm like, okay. I knew right there in my heart that that boy would never walk again. So I said, he ain't never gonna walk again. So I felt sad, but I ain't say nothing to him. He just put his legs in the little leg holder. He wheeled himself up the fucking road, man. I'm like, damn, dude, fucked up, right? So all that shit happened. So I got sad. So I go to Grandma and I'm like, Grandma, that boy can't walk. I say, Miss Emma did something real bad. She like, I told you. She said, what you doing over there in Eville anyway? I said, no, I just was cleaning up, checking on the stuff. She said, well, stay your ass out of Eville. People, I don't go through Eville other than driving. That's it. I don't hang out there, nothing. Grandma said, don't go there. I ain't got no friends in Eville. I don't fuck around in Eville. I don't pass that cemetery. I said, okay. So now Grandma all concerned for the little boy, because she know that a spirit has trapped the little boy. Has inside the little boy, and the little boy's soul is in the graveyard. So this is what Grandma was telling me. She said, baby, we're going to have to go to this cemetery. You okay with that going at night? I said, Grandma, as long as I got you, I'm good. She said, I shouldn't be doing this. She said, at nighttime, can you remember how to get to that actual grave site that boy sit in and that he be always staying at? I said, I know how to get there, Grandma. I said, it's a tree that got a little can on it. So she said, good. So it took about 2-3 weeks to get over that, people. Grandma went there. Grandma literally dug down and she paid some money. She did some shit. She had herself in all white. Grandma came decked out, y'all, face painted white, but she put red lipstick on for some odd reason. I don't know what that's about. Don't ask me. She got the dirt up, dug down in that shit, man. Got the dirt up, and she took the dirt with her. When she took the dirt with her, she beeline straight for the backyard. This is like 3 days in the morning. I'm sitting up there with her. I'm sitting down one of the little metal chairs she had behind her house. And she just instantly pulled it on a white pillowcase, blanket, towel or something. She started putting herbs and Florida water around it. And she just kept on praying, and she ripped the page out of this Bible. And she like crumbled it up, and she ripped like 3 pages out of the Bible. And she just balled it up and put it in there and used the paper as fuel. The Florida water, and she lit it. She just started praying, oh Lord, remove that spirit from that boy, unhex him, unspirit. And people, let me tell you something, I can't make this shit up. Right when she started saying that, the Florida water, paper, and the dirt, it turned green. It turned green, and embers started flying out the dirt. Now, I ain't never seen dirt burn, but it was popping and crackling with embers coming out of it. Maybe it was the vegetation around mixed in the dirt. Maybe it was the Bible paper that gave it a color. But it had a green hue to it, and it was sparkling like fireworks, but just in a small thing. And Grandma said, oh my God, we too late. We too late. And when Grandma said that, she said, his soul gone, baby. That boy ain't in there. That boy in that graveyard. Say he done switched souls with that man in that graveyard. I say, what? So Grandma said, well then, if we can get him out, we can get him out the grave if we can find out where he got the chair from. Now, people, now this is something so rare, and I want you guys to pay attention to what the fuck I'm talking about here. My grandma never led me wrong. Grandma went on the hunt to figure out where the boy got the wheelchair from. So the boy went and got the wheelchair from an abandoned house that sat, if I'm not mistaken, I forget the name of the street, but it was an abandoned house. People would go in there, bums would lay in there, sleep in there, and all that shit. So the boy went and got the wheelchair from that abandoned house. Nobody came to clean the house, nothing. So grandma did some research and shit, and I'm not gonna say the name because again, it's a real these are real people. But grandma did the research and realized that the veteran died in the house, sitting in the wheelchair. His family went and claimed the body, buried him in the cemetery, a while back ago, but they left the house vacant. So the bombs and vagabonds and all that shit, they dope dealers, they was living in the house. Shit, and the boy just happened to go up there, because Miss Emma was a bootlegger at night, and he saw the wheelchair and he liked it. So the wheelchair belonged to the man in the graveyard. So now grandma said, we got to get that wheelchair. So I said, Grandma, please stop fucking with Miss Emma in this wheelchair. I said, you already know that boy possessed. I say, and that ghost man that got that boy, I say, stop it, Grandma. I say, I'm begging with Grandma to stop it. And it took everything in me and Grandma not to help that boy. Grandma say, I ain't gonna help him, man. She say, you right, baby, it ain't my fight. Miss Emma did that. And say, even if I remove it, she gonna keep using it. She said, I can't. And that really hurt Grandma's heart. Because Grandma didn't like no youngster being abused at all. So Grandma would pass by the cemetery and she would always pray. I could hear under her voice when we passed by her. She would always pray under her breath for that boy's safety and survival. But man, we grew up, the adults, and that boy is still, I'm mid-40. He's still walking around Eatonville, rolling around Eatonville in that wheelchair. His grandma then passed away. He residing in her house or whatever, we don't know. You can see him, if you go down Eatonville, you'll see him up there at the stove. Dark skin, kind of heavy set little dude. He'll be in a wheelchair, just rolling his wheelchair up and down Eatonville Road. Nobody fuck with him. You go to Family Dollar, you go back home. You'll sometimes pass by the cemetery, see him. You can see him right off the side of the road. I try to pass by there and see, can I snap a shot of him here now? Posted on my Instagram, True Spook TV Instagram. But yeah, that ghost reside in that man, and he go to that graveyard every day in that boy body and sit at that thing. And he roll up and down, and he's an old, retired veteran, racist man, one of them racist Confederate dude cemetery, and that lady was in a trap that soul in that boy body. Now I'm gonna tell y'all how she did it, just because if y'all see these signs. Well, I don't know the actual work, but I know she was using hair from everybody, all the bums that was staying in the house, living in the house. She would always cut their head, and she did that shit for years, and she would burn it, and she would have that boy come in that room, and she would rub the ashes and all that shit of that the hair from the people who lived in that house, that abandoned house and shit. She would rub it on him, and then she would slap it, all the ashes in his skin, and she would hit him hard with her hand. You could hear him screaming and crying. And whatever, she must have knew the man's name. She put that soul in that boy via pain and suffering from all the drug addicts and fiends and all that other shit. That boy lost the use of his legs. He lost the use of his mind. And that's it. And to this day, that's not him in that body. He'll look at you like you don't know him. He'll look at you with disdain and disgust in his face when a black person walk up to him. But let a white man say, hey, how you doing? He tries best to get over that to him, but because he's black and he all dirty and shit, the white people like just ignore him. And then he get mad and you'll see him put his head down and he'll just roll back to the cemetery. So he always looking for commonality, but he trapped in a black body. I know he want to get out of that body. I know Calvin want his body back, but I don't know how to do no soul transfer type shit. I'm out of that. That ain't my wheelhouse. To telling you what grandma hip to me. Now, I don't know if that story was scary, spooky, whatever, but I really want you guys to understand this shit. Shit happens out there for real, man. Y'all gotta be careful who you let your kids hang around. Gotta be careful who watch your kids, what people doing in their house. Check people, man. It ain't about the pedos no more. It's about these spiritual people hurting our kids too. You gotta be careful in the spiritual community. But I'm gonna let you go because I want to talk about this a little bit more in the recap. All right, everybody, I'm tight. Telling you, sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction, but it's the truth, no doubt. Take care, God bless, and much love. And remember, sometimes an old spirit can take over a young soul. Message. Have a good one.